So, the Sunday games in the Champions Cup. It's got the look of a pretty interesting day this Sunday because apart from Glasgow, all of these teams had wins in the first round. Everyone has one win. The loss is just Glasgow with the loss. So, there's definitely going to be a fair bit of a shuffle around once all these games are done and dusted. Some teams which are looking pretty comfortable early on are going to be questioning things a bit more, but I suppose after one game it's really too early to call anything. More pressure, I suppose, on Glasgow than any other team, having got off to the loss and now having to travel to Cardiff for that game of theirs. But we'll start with the first one. It's Newcastle Falcons against Montpellier and Newcastle. So again, both teams had wins. It was Newcastle 26-25 over Toulon in Toulon last week. Kind of a surprising win. There's a helicopter flying around my neighborhood, just FYI if you can hear that. Montpellier did 21-15 over Edinburgh back over in France. Man, helicopters really over my house. So yeah, both teams kind of good, but for different reasons. Newcastle, it was a great debut for them in the Champions Cup. Very happy to get things underway with a win, especially after kind of in the league not playing that well. But Montpellier kind of like got through without really setting the world alight with their win over Edinburgh. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see is Newcastle punching above their weight. Will Montpellier kind of show us a bit more what they can do? I guess we will see. For Newcastle, Burrows and Green are back in the forwards. Gonover is back on the wing, so that's very good news if you're a Newcastle fan, because he's always a bit of a danger man. Ascot drops out of the squad entirely. For Montpellier, good news as well, because Cruden is back at 10, so Pinar kind of drops into a more familiar number 9. And there are no Duplessis brothers in that Montpellier team this week, so that is a little bit of a change. Despite being a home game for Newcastle, the bookies have got Montpellier winning this one by 3 points. Helicopter is back again. And Montpellier are on an extra day's rest, so again, whether that kind of comes in handy towards the end of the game, it might be a bit of a factor. The next one, when we move to Pool 1, is Toulouse against Leinster. Again, both teams having a win last week, but the wins couldn't be that different. So Toulouse, it was away, it was at Bath, it was by 2 points, and it was probably a fortunate one. Like Medard showed a bit of commitment to stop Freddie Burns from scoring a try to kind of pinch it at the end. So commitment, very much so. But 2 point win away, whereas Leinster won 52 points to 3 at home against Wasps. So 2 wins at the opposite ends of the spectrum. We'll kind of see if they meet somewhere in the middle for this one. You'd think it's going to be a bit tougher for Leinster away. Obviously going to France is never easy. For Toulouse, they should have a bit of a boost at home. And there's the helicopter again. But the defending champions coming to town is definitely going to be no easy task. And Tamak starts for Toulouse at number 12. Kaino has been banned for his hit on Jamie Roberts, so Tolofua starts at number 8. For Leinster, there's a few changes as well. Carney is injured, so Tamani starts on the wing. Lama moves to 15, and Reece Ruddock gets another run at number 6. Leinster by 8 is what the bookies are saying. I guess being defending champions, and with the talent of that squad, it's kind of to be expected. They're going to be favourites for most games this season. But again, away from home is always going to be a challenge. Extra day's rest for Leinster as well, so they played earlier on the Friday last week, so they have had a little bit more rest and recovery time. The last one, moving over to pool number 3, helicopters moving back over my house again. How many times have I said that now? It's Cardiff against Glasgow. So Cardiff with an away win last week over Lyon, 30 points to 21. It was impressive display. Like somebody in the comments mentioned the different budgets these two teams have, but it didn't make a darn difference last week because Cardiff showed bags of skill in that game. Anscombe particularly had a really hot game. For Glasgow, it was less of a skill fest and more of a grind in their game against Saracens. They definitely had chances, but not quite able to get things over the line. A bit of refereeing not going their way in that one as well, but it was 13-3. They lost to Saracens at home, so they'll be looking to bounce back for sure. So yeah, we'll see if they're able to kind of pick things up, because Dave Rennie has said this one is already pretty much in the must-win category. So for Cardiff, Lilo, Summerhill, Earl, and Nick Williams all get starts this week. Owen Lane is out injured, so it is a bit of a shuffled lineup for Glasgow as well. It's the same forward pack, but Tommy Seymour is at 15, and Dunbar is out, so Sam Johnson gets a start. Despite Dave Rennie saying it's a must-win for Glasgow, Cardiff are the favourites by 3 points, although these two teams have had equal amounts of rest, so there's no advantage or disadvantage in that regard. Either way, all these 3 games look to be pretty interesting. How do you guys think they're going to go? Do you think the bookies have got it right with away win, and home win? Or do you think there could be a bit of a mix-up? Yeah, it's a holiday here in New Zealand tomorrow, which is the Monday, so I should actually be able to see some of these Sunday games with the time difference. So I'm looking forward to that. Still picking which one I should watch. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on the games, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.